What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building. You know, we've been getting heavy Cowboys football. The Mavericks been going down, but you know what? We're jumping back in the high school ranks, and I'm bringing my guy back, Silas Corder. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I was already excited before we jump back into the interview, but man, I want you to make sure you go check out this young man's highlights because he's the real deal. But like I said, we had a great first interview. We're circling back after the season. Let everybody know first, last name, where you hail from, and just a little bit of background before we jump in this interview, Silas.
Yeah, my name is Silas Corder from Pascagoula, Mississippi. I played football all my life. Happy to be here, man.
All right, there it is. So let's jump right into it, Silas. So this is going into your junior season now. You just had a very impressive sophomore season. So let's talk about it. I know your team, you had some ups and downs. You maybe didn't kind of end the way you like. But what was one of the things that you were most proud of the season, either from yourself or the team?
I was really proud of how we finished, man. We started off rocky. You gotta win under our belt first game, but we saw some things that needed fixing, and we couldn't get it done quick enough. But it's seasons are like that. Not one guy loses a game, not one guy wins a game. But I really enjoyed how we finished our season. Got two big shutout victories, and the first shutout victory about 7 or 8 years for our school. So it was a big deal for us.
Nice, nice, nice. So, understandable. So, you're one of the top juniors in Mississippi right now, nationwide. We talked earlier when we had our first interview, and I said, what do you felt was your strengths? And you know, one of the things was film study. As you've been playing position pretty much your whole life, what are some of the things you contributed to your success this season?
Well, this season definitely was, my coaches. If I would not be able to be where I'm at right now without the help of my coaches and the coach Larry Sisson, best quarterback coach on the coast, in my opinion. Really, really helped me develop what I'm at now and really developing now. My receivers, of course, the receiver coaches, Coach Brewer with play calls, and of course my defense, man. My defense has really stepped up this year, and I would not be there without them.
Nice, nice. So I'm gonna read a little something before I ask you this other question because it was a little scouting report that they gave of you, and I thought it was a very good scouting report, very accurate what it says. And I want to get your thoughts, what you kind of think about it. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but one of the things that kind of jumped out to me when it says Silas is a young QB that has a quick processor. He sees the field with an impressive calmness. His feet and mechanics are both polished, and they assist him in making timely decisions and when under plays well when under pressure. Quarter's quick processor and exceptional arm talent allows him to spread the ball effectively. He said, I'm most impressed with Silas' quick release and how accurate it is when throwing the ball. So, I mean, just that little scouting report about yourself. I mean, kind of what's your thoughts about that? Do you kind of feel like, I know I'm not trying to say pat myself on the back right now, but I'm saying, how do you feel about that assessment of you right now?
I really take pride in my quick processing ability and getting the ball out fast. That's our main goal as an offense is to be up tempo and to make quick decisions. And of course that goes back to my coaches. But I really am proud of how my play has superseded me and gone to other guys, and people can see what my ability now.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely see your ability, man. Like I said, people, please go check out his tape. I'm gonna actually post it again on my YouTube because I mean you can really make the throws on all levels. I've been seeing you can throw the intermediate throws, and you're hitting the slants, the digs. I mean you're hitting deeps. I mean, what do you think your strengths are on the field? Obviously, we talked about the film study, but what do you feel like some of your strengths that when you come onto the field, what do you think you really, if you're attacking the defense yourself, what do you think some of your strengths are on attacking the defense?
Well, I don't believe that thing is good under my skin. I'm very poised in the pocket, and I think that's something I really pride myself on, and especially that is not getting flustered and not getting scared. So I'm not easy to attack that way. So if you're gonna send some guys in my face, I'm gonna take it and just take on the chin and keep going right there.
All right, so you know what? He's the guy. So he's the guy, y'all. Just let y'all know. So if y'all hitting him, he's the guy that's gonna get back up and look at you and be like, "Okay, I see you." And then the next play, gonna throw a 60-yard bomb on you. Gonna be a touchdown. And he just gonna look at you like, "Hey, what's up? I told you it was all right." Yeah. See, I know. I got your style, big dog. All right. So you got two more seasons, man. This seems like you're only scratching your potential. You wear the number 9 now. Well, first, before I ask you that. Who do you I mean, I'm sure you watch the game. Who do you pattern your game after anybody? Do you watch anybody and say, man, I kind of watch this guy and I kind of like playing, pattern my game after them?
I've received similarities from Joe Burrow. That's some guy I really like watching. You know, he's very calm and poised. He don't really say too much to anybody. He's just cool and collected, and that's how I want to be.
Okay, now that's a good one because I'm out here in Ohio, number one. So I get to see Burrow, a lot. Obviously, he was at Ohio State, before he transferred, what I'm saying, did what he did at LSU. But yeah, I mean, that would be if you're talking about a comparison because, even around our circles when we're always talking football, when Joe Burrow he gets brought up, I'm just like, man, dog, when you just look at him, he just elite. There ain't nothing like I watched Joe Montana, and they were always saying Joe Montana. He didn't have all the physical skills. He wasn't the biggest and strongest, but dog, he just killed you.
Yeah, that's
And when
right.
I
That's
watch
right. Yep.
when I watch Joe Burrow, I'm like, he nice. He can throw the ball, but I says, dog, it's just something about him. And I think it is that calmness. Like he just don't get rattled. Like you can just believe he's always going to be in that game and going to bring you back because as long as we somewhere near the can come back, he going to bring us back. I saw firsthand when the Cowboys got to play them this season, and we were whooping them, and I kept on saying, dog, they're gonna come back. I kept telling myself, I don't care how many interceptions he throw, they're gonna come back, and they did. And Dallas, eked it out, but it went in overtime. But that's what it is. So that's a pretty good comparison. I can definitely see those similarities. So as I was saying, you got a lot of camp invites. You played in some all-star games already. What do you feel like you want to focus on as you're heading into this year's camps and whatever all-star or whatever 7-on-7s that you're doing? What's one of the things maybe you or a few things you want to focus on coming into your junior season, or maybe you want to add to your game?
Yeah, well, I think my tape can speak for itself this year. I think adding on these next 2 years, I'll have the ability to show coaches what I'm able to do. I think I just want to show coaches in camps that I'm able to compete, able to work every single day, and come up with my best mindset and best ability.
Yeah, I'm tell you right now, dog. You're gonna be reading about this man, okay? You better listen because you're gonna be reading about him. Let's talk about schools. Have you thought about any kind of schools? I know you're out here. I know it's early, but have you contemplated some things?
Yeah, I got some schools talking to me. I like Southern Miss. I got a visit with Ole Miss April 6th. Uh, I love University of Montana, East Carolina. There's just to name a few.
Nice, nice. So, I mean, you're in the state of Mississippi. Does that kind of permeate with you that maybe that's top half if all more schools are definitely going to come in, but does that kind of rank kind of high because you're in the state of Mississippi?
Definitely, definitely. You know, I've been a big Ole Miss fan my whole life, and also my parents went to Southern Miss. My sister's enrolled at Ole Miss right now, but yeah, I used to live Southern Miss with my mom, and you know, Mississippi runs deep within me, so I think that's top of my list right there.
Oh, that'd be tough though, Southern Miss and Old Miss. You know what I'm saying? what would the parents be saying? Would they just be looking at you like, okay, just take your time and you do what you want? Is there any little pressure?
I don't know about pressure. I think they know what's in my best interest, and they are behind me.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I got you. I got you. All right. So one thing we talked about, and I noticed, I remember you were telling me that you'd like to do media, you like to do music. You were, things that like to, kind of get you away from the game. You can kind of get in your own element and get in your own zone. And I really love that about you. But one of the things I really admired about you is your community work. And I want to talk about that again. I was very impressed. When I see a lot of the young men that are doing a lot of things, I don't see a lot of that. I'm gonna be very honest, and it's not saying I hate. They're not trying to or anything like that. But what I've seen from you has been like very genuine, and you're really out there in the community. You're really out there helping the young kids, the youth. You're out there. What has really, where's that really come from? Where's that motivation really come from to really be into the community and really be helping out the way you have?
Well, ever since I was young, I've had both my parents really push me into succeeding and really and not just surviving but striving and really being exemplary towards other people. And also, my faith in God also pushes me to, do those things, get outside my comfort zone, and help others.
I feel that, especially about getting out of your comfort zone, and I believe you with the faith in God. I mean, that's awesome right there, because I mean, He's the leader and He's the guider of all things. But when you're talking about the community work that you're doing now, do you want to ever expand it? Like, even with your career that you have in football right now, is that something that you maybe want to look like outside of football? As you get older.
I've envisioned maybe like using my myself as a brand to maybe get out there and help other people, maybe with homeless work or helping with kids. That's something that's always touched me, and I always feel like I've been called to do that.
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, I can see it, and I definitely behind you 100% because I know it will be awesome, and you will lead a big gathering would follow. You're a natural leader, and you can definitely tell. Even I think I can definitely see your coaches, your teammates would love you because you're just a natural teammate. You're a natural leader, and like you said, you don't get rattled, and that's how a lot of people love to follow. And somebody is always kind of even kill, and that's what the kind of spirit I get from you. So what are the kind of things that you maybe want, as you're heading into, what's some of your all maybe some goals that you have for your team? Obviously, we know state championship, but what are maybe some goals already heading into your junior year that you have your team? You lost some seniors, you got new guys coming up. Obviously, you're the leader of the program. What's some things you're kind of envisioning already coming into this season?
Well, I don't want to set a limit on our team.
Hmm.
I don't want to set a physical boundary or a physical goal, because I think what it comes down to is our attitudes and our ability to work every single day. And what's separating us from those bigger teams and the teams that have established themselves, I think, comes down to attitude. And so, USM has a saying, "Attitude is everything," and that is a big deal for us. I want to see our 22 guys in that field come together and really just make an impact.
Okay, okay, all right. And if I can ask, what was y'all's record last year?
4-7, not the best. There's ups and downs, but
Hmm.
we're gonna bounce back this year.
Okay, and I definitely see that. Now, do y'all play in a tougher type division? Maybe you got a lot of talent in that division.
We did last year. I don't want to say it's all because of division, because there's no team that can beat us at our best. But
Right.
you hear the Ocean Springs, Gulfport,
Hmm.
places like that. But there's now redistricting going on. We're still in 6A, but they added a 7A, so the bigger schools are going up to that division, and our division will change slightly.
Okay. All right. So maybe that's into your favor. So that's exciting. So, any last things before we kind of head off this interview? Any last things? Any shout outs that you'd like to give? Any maybe kind of your own goal for yourself this season? What anything like that?
Don't count Pascagoula out, man. There's the record on paper. You think, oh man, they're not nothing, but I really think we're something special this year.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. You keep speaking that, you keep being the inspiration, because guess what? You're going to speak it into life. And I'm going to tell y'all one more time, go watch this young man's tape. I'm telling you, he got the number 9. They call you Cool Joe, but, I hope you don't get mad because people say Romo threw interceptions. But, dog, he could throw the football. He could. And just the way you in that pocket and throwing that ball, I'm just saying, y'all really need to check this young man. I'm excited to see what he's going to do his junior and senior season. When you watch him, you really can't believe he's a sophomore. I'm going to be very honest. You don't believe he's a sophomore playing. That's how good and calm he is. And just think this young man's got 2 more seasons and he's going to blow it up. So for myself, Big Game James, Mr. Silas Corder, we're going to check y'all out. We'll talk to you soon. We're out. Peace.